Hey, everybody. Hope you had a fantastic 4th of July, Independence Day. Real quick, just to be more clear.
Let me be clear.
Greg and I go live on YouTube and Facebook, on the Turf Nerds channel YouTube page and on the Turf Nerds channel Facebook page, Monday and Wednesday at 9:30 Eastern. Come hang out and chat with me and Uncle Greg.
Hello, this is Greg.
Enjoy the show, and hopefully you get some laughs.
Hey, it's Aaron with the Mowing in the Dark Lawn Care Podcast.
Hey, this is Tony's Lawn Care Talk.
Hey guys, Cameron here with the Lawn Care Life in Mowers.
Hey guys, this is Dan White with Lawn Care Unscripted.
What up, guys? It's Phil with Phil's Lawn Care.
And you're listening to the Turf Nerds.
Greg.
I was on the Segway, and I think I mentioned this before, maybe in a live stream. Hey guys, we live stream on Monday and Wednesday nights, 9:30 Eastern time. We go on for about half an hour. Sometimes we have guests on, and I'd mentioned that I bought a Segway through Cameron Duncan with the Lawn Care Life in
Moziri.
He had suggested that, hey, try to buy a Segway for trimming. Well, it works. The Segway 9bot S2, it works, and I've been using it to trim. Been saving time. Anyways, client puts in this could be part of the Lawn Care Labs because that's what we're doing today, but this is the preface, Greg. Client puts in a French drain, and there was a dip there in the lawn where he put it. It was maybe like 3 inches in the ground, and I'm getting pretty good on the Segway, and I took a tumble off of it about 4 feet and landed on my string trimmer, and I did a pretty good number on my wrist, and I'm praise God I didn't break my wrist, but it didn't really hurt, but my wrist hurt. Like the fall was okay, but I smacked my wrist. So the suspension in it's not the greatest, but I'm getting really good at going up and down on curbs. So that's the preface to our lawn care labs.
I have 2 clients where there's all of a sudden, one is a French drain, and it's actually, you helped me do that. There was a job where we did the mulch, and we had to put that grass seed down.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, and they put in a French drain right there. Well, the problem is it's got about a 2-inch drop, and I tend to forget when I'm going, I'm doing my my outlining with the mower, and I forget about that spot, and boom, I lose a kidney.
Oh, man.
And, popping up in the air off of that thing. It's good that's not the Cub, though, because the motor everything would shut off. And, and then I've got another client, the same thing as I've got this client I need to reach out to. The first one I was just telling you about, I need to reach out to. She'll be fine. Hey, can I fill this in? She'll go, yeah, sure. But the other client I reached out to and said, hey, can you fill this spot? And they haven't done it yet. And I forgot about it today. I was
of course.
There. Yeah, and the sad part is it got me twice. I forgot about it the first time. I went by and bam, hit it hard. And then wasn't thinking about it because I had to go back and do something different, and boom, hit it again. Like, oh man,
makes you feel good, right?
Oh man, it's brutal. So
one of the best feelings in the world. But Greg, let's just hop right into it and let's run the intro.
And now it's time for Lawn Care Laughs.
Oh wow,
Greg, I always love that intro. I always love the Lawn Care Labs intro, and we're bringing this to you today, guys. It's after the 4th. We're back on the grind. Not every episode we have to be where we learn something. Sometimes it's just good to sit there, Greg, and laugh on the mower, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes,
and most of the time it's comedy for me when I'm mowing. It's like a circus. But before we get into it, guys, real quick, Expo's coming up. Use the promo code Turf Nerds to save half off. And Ezra McCarthy can get you at the top of the search with a website. He's a genie, Greg, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He can work some magic for you. And remember, nobody goes to the second or third, or particularly the third page if they're looking for something. It's always the first page. So he's going to get you up at that top of that page and allow you to get some new clients in. So hey, you get a couple of them. It's going to more than pay for itself. So
it will.
$99 a month, right, for one page?
It's a single solo. I call it the single solo operator special, but he'll just put together a single page website for you guys, $99 a month. Take advantage of it. Okay, Greg, do you want to take the take the first one here, the underwear welcome.
Yes, it would be the underwear welcome. A little off topic, but I've had 2 clients greet me in their underwear. This is not me. This is somebody else sharing their story, by the way.
Yeah, we find these stories online. Greg
yes.
is not the, yeah.
Yeah, so, and I had 2 clients greet me in their underwear. One guy in his 30s was outside in his tighty-whities, and the other was a 250-pound woman, also in her 30s. That's why...
Right? Makes sense, right?
That's why I always keep my shades up on when talking to clients. I remember thinking, this job doesn't pay enough today.
It probably didn't. I don't know if I would really want to see him. 2 greet me in their underwear in his 30s, so they're both younger people, Greg. But then the kicker is the 250-pound woman. Oh, that let's see. We see all shapes and sizes mowing, don't we?
Yes, we do.
That's the honest truth.
Well, you know what was it reminded me a little bit of is the when we were in Hawaii, we were at the pool, and this guy comes walking by in a Speedo, clearly European, because most people wouldn't wear a Speedo because the guy had to be 310, and wearing a yellow Speedo, mind you.
No.
This was almost 30 years ago, and I still remember it. So it was that bad a sight.
It's one of those things like you can't unsee, right?
Correct.
Oh man, clients, but my clients, so no one's ever come out in their underwear or robe or anything like that. I guess we mow in classy areas, Greg. I don't know where this person was, but I was keeping my shades on when talking to clients. This job, sometimes it is with lawn care. Some of the things that we do see, well, mine's just seeing a lot of bad dog crap and running over stuff. Sometimes I do think this doesn't pay enough.
No, actually, I have had somebody greet me in their robe, and
hey, Greg.
I knocked on the door, and she opened the door up in her robe, and I'm going, I don't need that.
or maybe didn't warrant one of those. All right, here we go, Greg. The next one. I'll read this one, guys. It's called the frozen sod and spray paint. You can already tell where this is going. Frozen sod and spray paint. Not many people have installed sod in February. Let this song sit in here for a minute. Years ago, a new subdivision called in January and asked us to sod 3 model homes and provide a quote. They needed it done in a month. The homes were still under construction with no topsoil, but we made it happen. We hauled in sod from Kentucky and installed it, only for it to immediately turn brown. So we sprayed it green to make it look fresh. Side note, the subdivision sold out in 100 days.
Wow.
Why would you?
Good spray paint.
Well, I'm not sure where this was though, but if you're trying to throw sod down in February, and it's they're getting it from they hauled it in from Kentucky, so
he's probably either in Ohio or Tennessee. Well, Indiana borders Kentucky as well, doesn't it?
A new subdivision called in January, but it said that the temperatures though with temps in the teens to install in February with temps in the teens. Who's installing like northern? That must have been way north then. Must have been just at a state where it was still warm enough to grow it, right? And they put it down. But I guess the spray paint works. There is a fertilizer place kind of near my house. Or it's a landscape supply. And every spring, Greg, in March, before the lawns perk up, they spray paint their whole entire front of their business lawn green. And it really catches people because it's like, hey, why is this lawn so green?
Yeah, that's interesting. I remember years ago I was working with one of my old bosses, and they came up to Michigan, and was it January or February, and they're just looking around. And somebody else came with them as well, and we're driving along, and they're going, everything's brown. Yeah, we haven't had any snow. I just took a look here: West Virginia, Ohio, Indiana, Southern Illinois, and Virginia, West Virginia. We got West Virginia and Western Virginia. How's that? and
Yes.
Tennessee surround Kentucky. So I'd be willing to bet it was probably Ohio or Indiana that they were having that cold weather that they hauled in from Kentucky.
It's just for show, and then it sells out in 100 days. I would have preferred almost no sod there. Just show me a nice house, and then it's like if they're selling out houses in the winter, I'd be like, okay, well, you can put the grass in when when it's the proper season. So
Put some turf down, artificial
Yeah.
turf.
yeah,
So that wouldn't look fake at all, would it?
no, sometimes it'd be nice to artificial turf my backyard. Anyone do that? Any of you guys have artificial turf? So why don't you?
Who did I just talk to that had turf in their yard? Can't remember who it was. So somebody had artificial turf. So I had a client that had a putting green with artificial turf on his lawn. And,
Really?
Yeah, and he did not take care of it. It was horrible. And yeah, it was terrible.
Sorry, hit the wrong thing.
Yeah, it was it was broken. But it was in terrible condition.
It was broken.
Yeah, it
You know
was in
what?
terrible condition. It was filthy, and
Now that you say that, I used to mow this like $2 million house out there in Northville, and the guy had a putting green in his front yard. Greg, you may have even helped me on this one house back in the day when we were doing cleanups, and that putting green looked nice when we started mowing it, and then years later he never took care of it. It was just full weeds, and that was
Yep.
turf,
I
Or
think,
like the artificial turf. So
I think I might remember. Was that a White House?
yeah, it was a nice big giant like white house, had a barn there in the back.
Yeah.
Really, it was just
I think I
terrible
remember
couple.
that.
Right there, smack there in the front, there was a putting green. Glad I got rid of that guy. And that guy was really mad because I was mowing his dad, and then I mowed him. He was always late on payments. Dad was fine, but he got so mad when I had to downsize and drop them. Greg, it was like I ran over his dog or stole his cat. He was so upset that that I had to drop him. I was like, okay, this is not like, I mean.
Well, if he was
wasn't even
that mad,
nice of
you
a
should
guy.
have gone ahead and run over his dog.
Yeah, I mean,
He was
didn't
already
have a
that
dog,
mad.
but-
What's it going to
Yeah,
matter?
he got really offended that I had to drop them and downsize my business. Like he just pulled a big. I'm like, okay, there's a exact reason why I'm not working for you. It's like, okay, loyalty is good, but it's like good riddance.
Yeah.
All right, Greg.
Well, hey,
This
by
next
the
one
way,
here.
I do need to stop here for a moment and
yeah.
and acknowledge you for coming out of your coming out a little bit of your shell, Evan, and allowing me to actually trim one of your yards this weekend. Wow, I know that was a big stretch for you.
Oh, he did. We Greg helped me out knock out 10 lawns, and then he helped me on a 4-yard mulch job, and I was hedge trimming. And so I told Greg, I said, hey, Greg, you can you can cut this entire lawn and you can edge it and then you can trim it. So he did it while I was hedge trimming and then loading up that mulch force with mulch. So
Yeah.
we were a pretty good duo, and then we went on over. I mean, people heard this on the live stream, but then we did a little low-hanging tree trimming job for Greg, and that turned out much better than I originally thought. So
Yeah, I actually mowed there today, as a matter of fact. So it
I'm
was
sure it
kind
was
of nice
easier.
not having trees hitting me in the head. So
oh yeah.
really, and then I've got another client that I had to call him. He's got a mulberry tree, and I don't know if you know mulberry trees. Like that tree we did the other day, those branches would move around. Granted, they were hanging way down, but they would give a little bit. But I don't know if you've ever tried to cut around a mulberry tree. Those are solid branches, and I would hit those a
get
couple
smacked.
times. I hit them, and they don't move. So I called my client and said, "Look, you got to do something here because these things are brutal." And so I know a tree guy, and he said, "Hey, can you show him what you need done?" So I called the guy the other day, and he came out and took a look at it. And I said, "Man, take these up 8 feet." I'm actually a little disappointed though, because I was going to go pick some of the mulberries and make a pie or something out of them. So, but now they're going to be up high.
Yeah, I think I do mow around a mulberry trim. I'm kind of drawing a blank what they look like, but now you're talking about berries. I think you know what it is. Guys, make sure to subscribe to the Turf Nerds on YouTube because you can see us actually do the show. Cameron Duncan with the Lawn Care Life of Missouri didn't even know that we did a video podcast until recently, and Greg's wearing a Jets Pizza polo. So
Yeah,
This is pretty cool. Like Greg looks sharp. But why don't you go on to this next one, Greg?
Okay.
You can read this title. It's pretty funny.
The tie down fart incident.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, and it's probably going to be worse than that. I always wear hearing protection with the radio, and one day while tying down my machine, my stomach was in knots. Something I ate gave me some serious gas. Not to be gross, but I was farting a lot and loudly. Of course, right as I ripped one, my customer's wife walked up just a few feet behind me to ask a question.
Sorry.
To ask a question. The look on her face was pure horror. And the look on mine, absolute shock and embarrassment. What? So, what?
Oh,
yeah.
Man. I never really had that problem where I was just like ripping gas all day. I mean, I've gone in the enclosed trailer. I've turned that into my personal John, but nothing's ever given me, Greg, I guess, serious gas. And you had even said you don't really eat much in the day when you work. I just kind of snack on stuff, drink a lot of water. I guess when you do rip them, the perfect time would be to rip them on the mower or when the string trimmer's going, so no one can hear you. So
yeah.
Customer's wife.
Especially on the mower,
man.
though, when you're doing that, you can kind of get out of the way real fast. You know how you'd be in a crowded room of people and you'd let one go and you walk off really fast.
Oh, man.
And everybody's wondering who did it, and you're 20 feet away from them at that point. So, but the mower's the best time to do it. So, but I can't imagine.
To see the look on her face there. It's
yeah.
Like, uh-oh. It's like
no, it was horror, he said.
Pure horror.
Yes.
Oh, and
pure horror.
I wonder if those farts were stinking bad. Did it say that?
It didn't say it did, but I would imagine if he was doing it that badly, that
probably did. Oh man,
that they had acquired some odoriferous. Yes.
Goodness. Okay, so, Greg. Here's the next one. I'm gonna have to edit this slightly here, guys, but because there was some language in this, but I'm gonna make this fun.
Colorful metaphors.
Park drama and dog justice. Oh boy. My best public park story started when two kids were jumping bikes off of my trailer ramp. Luckily, kids did that, I think, once to me like 5 years ago. One of them grabbed a hand trimmer and tried to ride off with it. That's when my dog jumped out of the truck window and tackled that little dipwad. Oh, man, that must have been like the dog, loyal dog, if I do say so myself.
Yeah.
As soon as the trimmer hit the ground, the dog let go. Wow. Later, the dipwad came back with his older banger brother who pulled a knife and threatened to slash my trailer tires. I calmly pulled out my J-frame Smith & Wesson and said, "Speak to the microphone, genius." The cops showed up quick and turned out the guy had a warrant. Oh, my goodness. That's probably not good to start. They gave him a proper Texas attitude adjustment and hauled him off. After they left, I ran over the kid's bike with my F-350. Here's the sound of that truck, Greg. So ran over the kid's bike with my F-350 and tossed it in the dumpster. Never saw them again. Man, has anyone ever jumped off your trailer ramp, Greg? I had it happen. I remember once some kids were like coming by. I think it was when I actually had an open utility trailer because it was much easier to do it that way. Like you can't really do it on the enclosed because we have the cables.
No, I've had people. I know somebody that rode up. She was in a wheelchair and she decided to roll right up on my ramp, and which was okay. I knew her, and she just wanted to ride inside the trailer, so she rode up the ramp and looked around and came back out. And then I did have another kid that was really curious about it, so his mom was standing right there, and I said, "Mom, make sure you're standing right here." And so he wanted to go in the trailer and look at the mower, so I did that. But I haven't had anybody trying to skateboard off my trailer.
Oh yeah, no, it's what I started to do now, guys. As soon as I get my mower out of the trailer gate, I shut the gate unless I'm doing a one stop and constantly at my trailer or can constantly see it, I'm shutting the gate immediately because it's one of those things where it's like out of sight, out of mind, isn't it?
Yeah, I need to do that more myself. I tend to leave mine open, and I'm in a probably pretty good area but the one spot where I do shut it, I make sure. Actually, you've been there with me before. It was at that apartment complex, and we did a cleanup there. But I remember I had you could pull down, and I said, no, I got to park up by the road, and that's a busy road, so I make sure I shut it there, and then I pull my I keep my blower in the back of my truck. Just to stay out of it, keep it out of the way. I don't want to keep moving it every time I make a stop. So I keep it in the bed, and but when I do stop there, I pull it out of the bed and put it in the back of the trailer.
That's why you keep your gates up so that you can't have stupid kids jumping off your ramps or stealing your stuff. Okay, Greg.
Yeah, if they catch that cable too, then they're in big trouble. So art, remotes, and raised eyebrows.
Oh boy.
I have a 57-year-old client who constantly calls me to fix little things, like changing batteries in her remote. She's had 7 heart attacks. Wow. Lives alone and looks closer to 90. Really? Huh. My wife's a little concerned because the house is full of naked pictures and paintings of her from back in the day.
Oh, gosh, this is going to be weird, right?
And she always answers the door with no bra on. Just say, oh, this is the best. Just say, imagine size 13 socks with hockey pucks in them. Not good.
Oh, no.
And,
oh, no.
Sorry to ruin your day.
That's the best kicker with that was the size 13 socks. With hockey pucks. Just imagine that. Where do these people live to get those kind of stories? I mean, get inside her house and see how much of naked pictures of her and answers the door with no bra on. Man, praise God, Greg. We can almost say that the Lord protected us from those sights. Oh, man. Except for that one time you saw that guy with the Speedo there on the beach years ago.
Yeah, no, it was that was not pretty. Although I got to admit, I did have a client in her 70s outside with no bra on. That was not particularly pleasant.
I would have been. Can you please go on? I know what it is. More people just the past week, 2 weeks have been outside working. As soon as they hear my mower, they think, oh, now it's time to landscape. No, now it's not the time to landscape. You get your butt inside and do it when I leave.
Yeah.
Okay, Greg, here we go. The next one, the protected spider. I have some sort of spider trap for this. While trimming shrubs at a commercial building, I passed a break room window. A woman came out and politely asked me to not hurt their spider. Turns out there was a massive spider with an egg sac in the window, close enough to touch. She even made a little cardboard sign inside the window that said, "Please don't hurt our spider," and has his egg bag. It was hilarious at the time, but 3 weeks later, that image still gives me chills. Oh, man. That's kind of eerie and creepy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, because those little spiders, if it's outside the window, when they hatch, they're going to be tiny. That means they could potentially get inside your screen. So,
if I see, we had some spiders, Greg, like on our front door screen. They kind of lay eggs, and I kill them immediately. If I see a big spider, if I was trimming hedges or anywhere, or when Hannah sees it, guess what we do? We kill it. She does not like that. We kill those. They can hurt too. If you get bit by one of them.
Yeah, you can, and the bite lasts for a long time. It itches for a long time after that. So it's not like a mosquito bite. It'll itch for days.
What's the stat? Like you get bit by like 7 spiders in a year while sleeping, or there's some sort of. Do you ever hear about that?
Actually, I heard it was supposedly you can get spiders will crawl in your mouth or your nose while you're sleeping, but I heard that's kind of fake. I haven't heard the 7 spider bite deal.
They're crawling the mouth, and that's hopefully the body takes care of that. That's just it's Give me the
then
creeps.
that's when maybe that's what that guy in the above story had when he was farting and when he was tying down his mower. Maybe he had spiders, and that's
Like
why he
this
was farting so
Spider
badly.
song. Can you even hear this?
Yeah, trying to think. Do I know this spider song?
It's called spider music. But man, if someone puts out a sign, please don't hurt our spider, and has his egg bag. Oof. Well, we need to pivot to the next one, Greg. I think that this one's far funnier, right?
This one could be a little less demented. So, clown car lawn crew.
Kind of is.
Yeah, there's
clown
a family
car lawn crew.
Clown car lawn crew, and it's funny. It reminds me of something else too. I'll share it in a second. There's a family in town that runs what you could generously call a lawn care business. Generously call. The mom and dad drive around with 4 or 5 kids, ages 5 to 14, in the truck. The whole crew packs into the cab and they load their push mowers into the back. Looks like a clown car at a circus when they all come piling out. Well, it was abrupt.
Yes, sorry.
You got a fade. You remember there's a fade thing.
I did not. I put these sounds into our board, guys, and I did give Greg. I didn't really mix the audio in him very well, and I'm just giving him surprise wake up. Let's go mow. Let's go cut grass.
Little fade on that sound there.
It was subtle, right?
Yes.
It was very subtle.
Abruptly end it. Reminds me of one time we were at church and we had this really fast song that we were doing. And it was bump, 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 bump. I can't remember what the song was, but it was moving along. And then, and all of a sudden it goes to the next song and it was like, we just stopped and I turned to Shell and we're both looking at each other going, what the heck?
Oh, man.
It just stopped. All right. So back it up. It looks like a clown car at a circus when they all pile out. And music. I thought you were going to start the music again. Well, one day they pulled out of a parking lot and everything went flying. 3 push mowers, gas cans, trimmers, ramps, rakes, shovels, you name it. They lost it. They blocked traffic and scrambled across 5 lanes to pick everything up. I was rolling. Moral of the story, secure your load or you might be the entertainment of the day.
You know, the only time I didn't secure was a couple times when we had the trimmer racks, Greg, and I had the open trailer, and I didn't lock them, and I destroyed a really good Red Max. It was like, at the time, it was one of Red Max's best stick edgers. I was going down Halstead Road there and didn't have it locked in, and bam, it fell down. That thing was destroyed. That turned into a part edger quickly.
Yeah, that's at least you got it back. I lost a blower one time, never got that back. So I was on the
going.
What's
One
that?
day they pulled out of the parking lot and everything went flying. They must have been ripping out the parking lot then.
Yeah, they probably didn't shut the gate, which is what happened to me. I forgot to put the gate back up on my truck and turned the corner and the blower went out. So I would imagine that probably happened to them as well. Somebody was supposed to secure the gate and they forgot to. So, but what's funny is it reminds me of my niece flies she flies in the Marines, and she flies an Osprey. I don't know if you know what the Osprey is. Osprey is the helicopter that it goes up like a helicopter. It's got 2 props, and then when they get up, then the props can tilt, and then you can go.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool chopper. But one day I was looking up the video on it, and these guys got out, or they land the chopper, and these Marines all come piling out of this thing, and they just kept coming and coming and coming. And I
Like, where are they coming from?
oh, yeah, I said it's like a clown car or something. They just keep coming out. So I think it'll actually hold like 25 or 30 Marines. I got to check it. She actually told me one time how many it'll hold.
They don't waste space. I mean, they're pretty probably efficient with how people stand there too. It's probably like a sardine room.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know, but I don't get free rides on it, so I'll have to try and do that. So, but yeah, it's kind of funny. But no, I can imagine it would probably look pretty funny when this family pulls up to a spot and got 4 or 5 kids come piling out along with the parents as well. So You got 7 people piling out of a truck.
Oh boy. Well, anyways, guys, we hope you enjoyed this, and this gave you something to laugh at about on the mower there for a bit, as we're all coming back, Greg, from our 4th of July festivities.
Yeah, it's going to be. You're going to be going uptown.
Well,
or
at
going
the time,
up north.
people, yeah. At the time people had listened to this, I'll be back from up north in Indian River at my wife's cottage for a little extended long weekend. I told the clients I was going out of town, Greg, and I told the clients I was going out of town. No one cared, so I'm just going to mow Monday through Wednesday, which is tomorrow. But by the time they hear, and then this take Thursday through the weekend off, and then come back. You need to do that, guys. And don't we have an announcement, Greg?
Yeah, we've got something coming up at the expo that we've been talking about just a little bit, but there is a prayer breakfast coming on at the expo.
Oh, really?
And this year it's yes, it's Wednesday morning, 6:30. The doors open. It's going to be at the Crown Plaza, which is right near the expo center. I guess it's a parking lot away,
next to it.
Yeah. So it's right next to it, and so guys, you can get there at 6. Get over there at 6:30, and then they do they'll do a breakfast for everybody at. Let me see. I think they say starts around 6:45. They'll start doing breakfast.
6:45.
Yeah,
a whole bunch of good food too, and then Mike Singletary is going to be the keynote speaker, isn't he?
Yeah, Mike Singletary, the Hall of Fame linebacker from the Chicago Bears. And it's last year's, I guess, was outstanding. Was it Darryl Strawberry that spoke at last year's?
Yes.
Yes. And I guess guys came away from that just really impressed. And so this year, guys, prayer breakfast, hope you all can attend there. And I think they want an RSVP so they know how many people to plan for, correct?
Yep, I think that's the deal. You can go to tradesforchrist.com and you can RSVP there. It's totally free, and we always like and need more guys in this industry who are like-minded and know the love of Christ. So this will be good, Greg.
Yeah. It looks like it's going to be really neat opportunity for us to be able to see. We missed last year's. Can't remember how we missed it, but for whatever reason, we weren't able to catch it. So
yeah, we were busy, and we had some schedule conflicts, and we also had.
Hey guys, it's Cousin Kenny.
We had Cousin Kenny with us, so we were coordinating stuff and getting shows knocked out. But the expo is coming down the pike, Greg. It'll be here sooner than you think, and we're looking forward to it. But guys, thanks for listening. Do us a favor, stop what you're doing. If you're mowing, you're trimming, you're edging, you're driving, just stop, grab your phone, go to your favorite podcast app, Spotify or Apple, and give the show a 5-star. Hey, can't hurt. We always ask that, but we
catch us on
appreciate
YouTube
you guys.
too. Follow us on YouTube as
YouTube
well. So, and Rumble too, right?
Yeah, we're kind of putts in there on Rumble. I'm not sure what to do, but we upload stuff. And then to remind you, one more time, we go live. So we go live like the old Bill O'Reilly.
We'll do it live
on Monday nights and Wednesday nights at 9:30 Eastern. So at this point, depending on when you hear it, you will hear it tonight and then Wednesday. So thanks, guys.